Hi guys, and Happy New Year. As we go into 2026, I've put together some of my best fishing moments of 2025, some of which never made it to the channel. We start at the beginning of March, where I was mainly using spam alongside a method feeder for an early season tench, knowing that big bream were also likely. Fishing early mornings and late evenings, it didn't take long to get into the swing of things. I had multiple sessions where double takes were common, and at times, keeping rods in the water became difficult. But what a problem to have.
So we literally can't keep a rod in the water. All 4 rods have just caught fish. 2 double takes. Trying to play this fish while dealing with this camera. But yeah,
It's ridiculous.
this is crazy. This is my 9th bite, my 9th fish if I get it in. I'm gonna put this down and actually try and get it in.
Tench have become one of my favourite species. They fight hard on light tackle. They look really cool with their green, brown and even golden colourings, along with that red teddy bear eye. And as you can see, the action can become very hectic. The only downside is I never caught my double figure target, so that stays on my list for this year. Next, we move on to my birthday trip and some unseen footage. Joined by my brother and mates, we visited Coking Farm for the first time. Looking for a few bends in the rod, we booked onto Long Lake, which is well stocked with lots of carp and catfish. There was a long running joke about me not having caught any catfish despite me trying many times. So I was determined to land one this time. I fished using solid bags with crushed boilie and small pellet, with some small yellow wafters on one rod, and small mesh bags with either a large boilie or a spam hook bait on the second rod. The next morning I was rewarded with a lovely 25-pound scaly carp, followed by my biggest ever grass carp. And then later that afternoon, after many years of abuse from my mates for the lack of catfish in my photo album, I finally landed my first ever cat, which was more of a relief than anything else. The curse had been lifted and it was great to share that moment with my mates. We all closely stood round to see what she weighed, with the scales landing at 29 pounds. Then, just like buses, later that day I had my second catfish, weighing in at 35 pounds to round off a great trip. During the summer, I always make time to do a bit of surface fishing at a local farm lake, where there's a few hidden gems hidden amongst lots of smaller carp. On a sunny day, it's not hard to find and catch a few of the residents, often hiding in the tree-lined snags on the opposite bank. This is without doubt my favourite way to catch carp. Swinging out 3-line bread into the snags, watching the carp come up and take the bait, and then enjoying the carnage of this hit and hold style of surface fishing. No matter the size of the fish, it always gets my adrenaline pumping, and that's what fishing should always be about. No big ones this time, but I know they're there for another day. I say it every year, but I always intend on spending more time sea fishing, and this year I finally managed to do it. I was lucky enough to be given permission to fish one of my clients' gardens, who have access to an estuary. My friend Nate joined me, and it turned out to be a very productive spot, although we did have to wait for a local regatta to finish off their boat races before we could start fishing. But it was worth the wait, as we had some of the best bass fishing we've ever had, and landed some beautiful fish for the table with some really savage bites along the way. Next, we move on to one of my favourite bits of fishing of the year, and that was with my daughter, son and nephews. Fishing at a local caravan park, we had great fun catching lots of small roach and rudd, and to top it off, we even landed a few carp. For me, the best bit was just watching the kids having a go, and seeing the excitement on their faces every time we caught something, no matter its size. Hopefully these memories will encourage them to keep fishing for years to come, as it did for me at their age. I didn't care or even know what a big carp was. All I cared about was trying to catch a fish, any fish. Now it seems newcomers of all ages go straight into the static big carp setups. If they don't catch a 20-pound carp straight away, then it's a bad session, or they think they're doing something wrong. I really do hope the beauty of learning to fish, learning the watercraft, and the pure enjoyment of just being out, fishing, catching anything along the way isn't lost through time. Because how pure is it watching a youngster's face, holding their first 2-ounce rod, absolutely loving life with a memory they'll never forget. Before I knew it, a busy summer soon became autumn and the start of the pike fishing season was here. Normally, I spend most of the season lure fishing, but I was determined to catch some bigger pike this year, so I switched over to a deadbait approach. This change paid off instantly, as I caught a succession of double-figure pike in my first few sessions, using popped-up hook baits to combat the heavily weeded reservoir. There's a few videos on the channel covering my approach in a lot more detail if you fancy checking those out. I also did a bit of lure fishing, and I was soon reminded why I love this method so much as well.
Oh, yes! Straight away. Straight away. First cast out there. We got one. Oh, yes. Oh. That's why we come lure fishing. Forget how good it feels. That line goes tight. There he comes. It's only a little one. But we got him.
Next, it's back to the sea fishing. And in mid-November, Nate and I had a couple of successful sessions, starting at the mighty Chesil Beach. Earlier in the year, we managed a few bream in place from this beautiful beach, so we came back on the stunning November day in hope of catching a few winter species. For once, we had clear blue skies and no wind, which was lovely to be out in, but not great for the fishing. Nonetheless, we started off with a few doggies before having to wait until dark for a flurry of whiting, some of which I took home to use as pike bait. If you haven't seen it already, go and check out that video to see if they worked or not. On another session, more local to us, Nate brought out his inner Jeremy Wade skills to literally grab a big bullhuss out of the water after it snapped his line just as he was about to land it.
Yes, that's a good fish.
That's a nice one. No, he stepped off.
Yes. Nicely done.
Stepped off.
Look at the size of him.
I just saw his fin, I was like, I'm having it. I'm going for it.
Well, at least he's dehooked. That's an awesome fish, mate.
Last but not least, probably my favourite sea fishing moment of the year was seeing Nate land a small-eyed ray. We were at a local beach mark that can be really hit and miss, and although we had no bites after a few hours, I just had this gut feeling that one of us would catch a ray, despite not catching one before. In these moments, it doesn't really matter to me who catches the fish. It's just about being there and enjoying the moment with my mates. I think it's really important that we remember that fishing doesn't have to be about wanting to catch the most or the biggest fish, but instead, just enjoy the moments. Enjoy that smile on your buddy's face, the excitement of not believing what's just happened. Unforgettable memories that, unlike the most expensive rod, fancy rig or must-have bait, just can't be bought or replaced. For me, that's why I go fishing.
Well done.
Oh, buzzing. That's incredible.
I leave you with a big thank you for all of your support, your comments, your likes, and to everyone who subscribed to the channel this year. I wish you every success for 2026, and hopefully I'll catch you again soon.